Okay, so some people were asking me like, how the fuck do you do your layer by layer solutions? So I'm doing a walkthrough. Scrambles in the description. So on this scramble, I'm looking at the layer solutions and the cross solutions, and there are only two colors that would be good on this scramble. The first one is red, where I can do an M2. These two are solved, and we have two F2L pairs that we can try to preserve. Or we can do the same thing but on white, where instead of being F2L pairs, these two are going into the layer, and they already have their corners solved, so we can plan out the first 6 pieces of our layer, and that's a lot better than the red solution. So I did the white solution. So these 4 pieces can be solved into this white layer by doing this. So that's like relatively simple, but I knew I could plan further. There's also this edge that's over here, and when I do that solution, this edge actually doesn't move. So I could plan, or I can plan the solution to this edge in 3 moves, which means that's like a 7 or 8 move solution to the cross and 2 corners. And that's pretty good for me. And that was relatively easy to see. So I wanted to plan more, and that's the only 2 pieces left are the 2 corners here. I tried to plan this corner by doing something like this, where this would solve this sort of block, but that doesn't really end up working out because that puts that corner here, and this is like in the opposite orientation, and this is like now pretty difficult to solve. So I didn't want to do that. So instead, I chose to see what would happen to this corner, and as it turns out, when you solve these 2 edges, this corner actually turns out to be right here. This actually gets connected with its edge. So I can solve another corner. This didn't really require me to modify my edge solution for this one. So my full solution for the first 8 pieces of the first layer looks something like this. And that actually solves the first 8 pieces of the first layer and an edge, which makes an X cross, which I did not see that in inspection. So I was pretty lucky, I guess. And now to solve the final corner, we can do something like, we can solve it from this angle, but I knew that if I can solve it from this angle, I can actually solve its edge with it, which during the first layer solution, I actually tracked this edge, and I knew it would come out to the bottom. And so we can solve these 2 pieces together, which actually is just an F2L pair. In layer by layer, you could say that's cheating, but whatever. I saw this one, so I did an R2 to get it up here, and then I solve both of them like this. So that's our entire first layer done, and we have solved 2 of the edges in the process, which is pretty good. So we have 2 edges left. This one is both has the wrong orientation and is in the wrong slot, and this one is just in the back. And I saw both of these while solving these 2, and I knew when they're in the specific orientation and when they're in the specific position, I can do a double edge insertion or a DEI alg. And so you hold it like this, and the alg looks something like this, and that actually inserts both edges. So now we've done the entire second layer, and then this is just a simple 2-look OLO into an A-perm. So I mean, yeah.